Hello children. Today let us have an overview of the concept active and passive voice. I am here to take you through this learning with the help of several illustrations. So now let's commence. Well, what is a voice? Voice is the form a verb takes to indicate whether the subject of the verb performs or receives the action. There are two types of voice, active voice and passive voice. This means voice is the term used to describe whether the verb is active or passive. Now, how would you know if the verb is active or passive? Well, when the subject of the verb is the doer of the action, then it is the active voice. Let me repeat. When the subject of the verb is the doer of the action, then it is the active voice. When the subject of the verb is the receiver of the action, then the sentence is in the passive voice. The sentence will also contain a form of to be verb and a past participle. So, when the subject of the verb is the receiver of the action, then the sentence is in the passive voice. Now let's understand this with the given example here. In active voice, the focus is on the subject. Here, the subject is the doer. The sentence, Ram killed Ravan. Here, in this example, Ram is the subject and he is the doer of the action. Here, in this example, the focus is on the subject. Hence, the verb in the sentence is in active voice. In passive voice, the focus is on the action. Here, the subject is the receiver of the action and the object takes the position of the subject. Yes, read the example. Ravan was killed by Ram. Now, if you observe here, the focus is on the action that is killed. Ram is the receiver of the action and Ravan, who is the object, has taken the position of the subject. Alright. Now let's learn further. Well, when do we use the active voice? It is used when the doer of the sentence is important to be mentioned. It is used when we want to know what is done by the people or things. That is, subject is the doer, as I said. It is used when we want to make the doer of the sentence prominent. That is important, when the subject is important. Well, when do we use passive voice? In general, the passive voice is less direct, less forceful, and less concise than the active voice. We use the passive voice in the following situations. Use passive voice when you do not know or do not want to reveal the performer of an action. Use passive voice when you want to emphasize the receiver of the action. Let's view and understand few more examples. The cat was chasing the mouse. In this illustration, In the first sentence, the subject cat is the doer of the action. Focus is on the subject. Hence, the subject is in active voice. In the second sentence, the mouse was being chased by the cat. Here, the focus is on the object and the action, that is chased. The subject is the receiver of the action. The object mouse has taken the position of the subject. Hence, the second sentence is in passive voice. Now, in this illustration, the professor teaches the students. Here, the focus is on the subject. The subject professor is the doer of the action. Hence, the sentence is in the active voice. Well, in the next sentence, the students are taught by the professor. Here again, the focus is on the verb taught. The subject is the receiver of the action. The object students has taken the position of the subject. Therefore, the sentence is in passive voice. Now let's view the next example. The cat drank the milk. Here, the focus is on the subject cat. The subject is the doer. Therefore, the sentence is in active voice. In the second sentence, the milk was drunk. Here, the focus is on the verb drunk. But which is the subject in the sentence? Do you know who drank the milk? Who is the doer of the action? Well, children, here the doer, that is the subject, is not mentioned. Here the subject is implied. That means the subject is not directly expressed. The subject is not directly expressed. But we still understand that someone drank the milk. That is, the milk was drunk by someone. So children, at times when there is no subject, yet you know that the action is carried out, the subject is implied. That means the subject is not expressed. But remember, there is somebody performing that action. Well, now, if you observe the examples further, you can see that when the subject is the focus, the sentence is in the active form. And when the object is the focus, the sentence is in the passive form. Now, check out these sentences here. Observe the position of the subject, action and object in both the active and the passive sentences here. I repeat, observe the position of the subject, action and object in these sentences here. Sally drove her car off the road. The car was driven off the road by Sally. The dog bit Timmy on the arm. Timmy was bitten on the arm by the dog. Well, likewise, let's study few more illustrations. And now let's practice. Well, in these sentences, the subject is highlighted in red. Let me repeat, the subject is highlighted in red and the object is highlighted in green. The object is highlighted in green. Well, let's proceed. Sandwiches were bought by us. Passive. The burglar was interrogated by the police. Passive. The beggar was carrying a torn bag. Active. Will she deliver the message? Active. Someone has stolen my wallet. Active. The Indian cricket team broke the record. Active. Were you not helped? Passive. Nothing was being done by my brother. Passive. They will have demolished the house by the following week. Active. Beautiful murals were painted by the young artist. Passive. We expect good news by today. Active. Well, I'm sure by now you have comprehended the concept of active and passive voice. If so, you can try doing a module in your textbook on page 32. It consists of identifying the voice. So, read the sentence and write down if it is in the active or the passive form. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you all.